Welcome to KyCPA's Behind the Numbers. I'm Kimberly Lindsay, your host. Thank you for joining us. And I also have with me today Briana Whittle from Strothman and Company. Welcome, Briana.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I am Briana. Like Kimberly said, I work at Strothman and Company, and we are a regional CPA firm out of Louisville, Kentucky. We've got 3 locations here locally, and I am the senior HR generalist for Strothman and Company. Prior to this, I worked at Prosper and Todd as their HR generalist, and then prior to that, I worked with Almost Family in home health care.
We spoke with Greg Pope from EY a little earlier, and he went over some of their recent benefits. And so I wanted to reach out and also speak with Strothman about what benefits they have implemented recently.
Absolutely. COVID's just been a really strange last few years. And I think Strothman, we're very family oriented, got a very family like culture, and we value our staff and our employees. So we made some changes in a good way. We implemented parental leave as well as upped and improved our PTO effective January of 2020. So right before COVID hit. And then, of course, just recently, we actually came out with a flexible work from home policy. Pretty much almost all of our employees can have that option to work from home or have a hybrid option.
And how do you evaluate your current benefits and the potential for new ones?
We evaluate them in a couple of different ways. We have a couple of employee surveys that we distribute throughout the year. And I also kind of go around and talk to my people, my employees from time to time. I check in with all my new hires to see how things are going twice. I, of course, have exit interviews to get feedback from them. And then I also kind of meet with some of our employees on career path interviews, and I ask them for feedback on benefits if they have any new ideas that we can try and implement.
Have you received feedback if it's improved employee morale or retention, job satisfaction, productivity?
I think it's definitely helped improve morale. It's shown the employees asked for parental leave for a few years, and we finally were able to make it happen. So I think a lot of the younger employees were really happy to see that. And I think a lot of our incoming new hires, I think that's a deciding factor. They always kind of ask us our benefits.
Have you found that the new benefits have helped with the recruitment of new employees in this? It's a rather tough environment in recruitment right now.
It really is a tough environment. I think the benefits really do help, especially with, I think, the millennial generation really care about the benefits. It's not just about pay. They really care about work-life balance and what kind of benefits do we offer. So yeah, I think it definitely helps. This recruiting environment is really tough. Anything the firm can do to help get some bright new staff in, we will try to do it in our power. Really, I mean, the leaders care about everyone. So if something were to happen to anyone that's going on in their lives, they try to do all that they can to make something work, even if we may not have it physically posted in our handbook if some kind of situation comes up.
Is there anything that's set up, like if an employee has suggestions, or even if your healthcare provider or providers that you use for your benefits, if they do they suggest or tell you things that other companies are doing, or what other companies are doing, or make suggestions that something you might want to implement?
Yeah, we have a great working relationship with our broker, who handles all of our benefits. They're a local company. They're pretty great about, I mean, every year, benefits renewal, they come up with suggestions on different things we can potentially implement.
Is there one thing that you can think of that either as that's on the horizon or that, you've recently implemented that you think is just done really well or will potentially do really well as an employee benefit?
I think what every company is currently working on and should be working on is diversity and inclusion, and not only getting diverse candidates in the door, but making sure they're included and making them feel welcome. And that is a longer term strategy that we are trying to implement and trying to get better at ourselves. I think for our younger ones that we're trying to get in, the parental leave it depends on how where they are in their personal life too. If they're married and don't have kids yet, that's probably top of mind. But if they're single and that they may not think about it, but I think parental leave is definitely important. And I think I've seen, when I'm researching different benefits, I think, the big four, they have like half day Fridays on their non-busy season. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I think those are my top things that I can think of.
Well, thank you for your input and sharing
Yeah.
what Strothman is up to these days. And thank you for joining me, and join us next time on KYCPA's Behind the Numbers.